Hi again then guys, so we've got another GranTurismo 6 top speed tune for you today, and this time it's for the Jaguar XFR. So you want your racing soft tyres as usual. For suspension we've got the ride height on 100 front and rear. Might seem a bit high, but it looks right for this car. Springs we've rounded off to 10 and 8, dampers to 4, anti-roll to 5, camber on 2, neutral toe as always. For your gearbox, you want to fit the race gearbox obviously. Then you want your highest possible auto setting. Then you want to take your final up to 4. Then go back to your auto setting, click it down 1, up 1. Then you want your first gear on 2680. Second on 1800. Third on 1200. Then 875, 675, 550 with a final drive of 3.9. For the diff, low initial torque, high acceleration and low braking. All the power upgrades as always, and I would recommend NOS. And obviously you want weight loss. Traction control is also turned off as usual. And yeah, so kind of weird with this car. It's one of the only newer cars, or one of the very few newer model cars that feature on GranTurismo 6, which for some stupid reason is still a standard car. It doesn't have an interior and it doesn't have up-to-date graphics, which is really, really dumb. But then it hit me, it's a British car, so of course they didn't make it a premium, just like every other British car that should be better on this game. Anyway, but yeah, it's a pretty quick car. As you saw, 800 horsepower, fully tuned, and with an oil change. So you'd expect it to be pretty quick. Plus it's a Jag, and they're generally pretty good for top speed, and this is no exception. It has a cruising speed of about 254. With NOS you can do over 270, 280 with it. Likewise with draft. I'm not sure what the actual draft limit on this car is, because as you can see it's quite far away from the red line, but I should think you get probably over 280 with it, maybe even 290. But if you do need it to do more, just extend that final drive a little bit more as usual. But yeah, overall I'd have to say, despite the fact that it's a standard car rather than a premium, which it should be, it does handle really well on the curve. It handles its power really well, especially for a reasonably large and quite heavy car. It takes the curve very well. It can take the curve at pretty much the same speed that it can take the straights on, which is good. That's always a good sign for a high-performance car. And overall, it's a good all-round Jag. It's smoother to drive than some of the other Jags, less twitchy. And overall, if you haven't tried this car, I would recommend doing so. It's one of the quickest saloons in the game, and it's a pretty nice car to drive overall, really. So I hope you find this tune setup helpful. If you did, feel free to subscribe. I put out new tunes every day. And as always, thanks for watching.